And let's get straight to it. Let's get you those exclusive ground reports by Geeta Mohan, the only journalist right now in the besieged port city of Mariupol, getting you a first-hand account of the kind of damage, the destruction that's been reported in this once beautiful city because of endless Russian shelling. The fight continues for Mariupol. Our first report from Geeta Mohan is from a bridge that leads up to the city that's been destroyed by forces.
We are here on the way to Mariupol, a bridge that was blown apart by the Ukrainian side to ensure that the Russian side does not enter Mariupol. So a huge disastrous scene over here. We've seen many of these bridges that were blown up by the Ukrainian side to ensure that Russian advances are stopped. So another bridge over here. We're on our way to Mariupol, but this is what the scenes look like in terms of infrastructure that have been destroyed from the other side to ensure that Mariupol is not taken, a strategic city for both Ukraine and for Russia. With journalist Satya Rautre on the way to Mariupol, Geeta Mohan for India Today. Shelling, mortar attacks on the way to Mariupol, trucks that have been burnt, there are charred bodies, graphic visuals, so viewers' discretion over here advised, but certainly a very, very sad scene. Nobody to really come and claim the body or even take the body. No postmortems because Mariupol is under siege. So a difficult time for people over here, even in the bordering areas. This is a sensitive area, so we'll have to move quickly from here, given that there have been shellings and sniper attacks even in this area. With video journalist Satya Rautre on the way to Mariupol, Geeta Mohan for India Today.
It's extremely dangerous out there. India Today is taking all precautions. Geeta Mohan, experienced reporter in covering these kind of conflicts, was there in Mariupol, very close to her. There was an explosion that was reported. Take a look at the sequence when she was talking to some locals and this explosion took place. She ran for cover along with all of the locals around her.
You, Mariupol, why? Kyiv, Rus, why not?
Отойдите, отойдите, отойдите!
We had to take cover right now because the explosion was very close. Very, very close.
I'm from откуда вы?
Huh?
Откуда? Ага.
India Today, India.
Индия. Ого, откуда вас?
Okay, so Artyom over here actually asked us to take cover because now we see that the explosions are very, very close to this neighborhood. What is his opinion about?
Какое ваше мнение по поводу вот этой ситуации здесь, военной операции?
Это бред полный. Мы воюем против своих же братьев.
He said we're fighting against our brothers. It's very stupid and he can't find the words for this.
Okay. And he intends to stay here, not leave?
То есть у вас намерение оставаться здесь, да?
Я буду уезжать в Киев. Лично я, да, родители будут уезжать в Россию.
His parents will leave to Russia and he'll leave to Kyiv.
For Kyiv? Okay. Stay safe. Be good, Artyom. Stay safe.
There's an all-out humanitarian crisis that's playing out in Mariupol. Ukraine has said that nearly 5,000 people have died in this city alone. And when Geeta was actually traveling through the streets of Mariupol, what she also saw was that graveyards are packed, which means people are now forced to bury their loved ones in their neighborhoods.
A city under siege where people have not been able to escape. Loss of lives innumerable. So much so that the heartbreaking story of graves being dug for their loved ones in the very same colony where they're living, just beside the building which houses them, people are now burying their loved ones. That's how difficult life here in Mariupol is for people who either decided to stay back or have not managed to flee the city of Mariupol. With duty journalist Satya Rautre in Mariupol, Geeta Mohan for India Today.
Now, let's get to the next set of reports that Geeta filed for us. Scenes from this ravaged city show nothing but devastation and damage all across. Fire stations completely charred, residential buildings destroyed. Russian attacks clearly have decimated this port city.
This is Mariupol, a city under siege, relentless firing, shelling and bombing. We can hear it through and through. Look at the state of affairs of the city. This is the fire station that has been destroyed in the shelling, in the bombing that took place over here. And the craters of the rocket attacks and missile attacks can be seen. That's the extent of damage. All the cars over here burnt, the buildings across, the windows absolutely shattered. Goes to show the kind and the extent of damage that the missile attacks and the rocket attacks have created over here. The magnitude speaks for itself with what you see behind me. Shattered glasses, broken buildings, destroyed cars. This is a city under siege. Russia wanted to claim to claim the entire area, and it has done so. Now, Mariupol, most part of Mariupol is under Russian control, and to ensure it remains that way, that the firing that you hear is unending. People over here still are living, but only a few are left. Most of them have left the city or are trying to leave the city. There are humanitarian corridors on both sides, but that does not guarantee safety for the lives of people here in Mariupol. With video journalist Satya Rautre in Mariupol, Geeta Mohan for India Today. Amid constant shelling, this is a city that is absolutely dead, destroyed, and the destruction that you see over here with the buildings and the missile attacks, the rocket attacks that this city of Mariupol has faced, no matter how strategic it is for Russia or for Ukraine, it is going to be very difficult to bring it back to its past glory. Mariupol was a very important city when it comes to being the land bridge between Crimea and Donetsk for Russia, and therefore a crucial city. But we've been told to be very careful. This is an absolutely burnt down building, but there are some other buildings that are still there, and there are fighters, gun battle that is underway in and around Mariupol. There are snipers as well, and this time around, it's sad that even press has not been spared. So the journalists over here also have to take extra precaution and be careful. The bombings continue, shellings continue, and a city that was once prosperous today is absolutely destroyed. Russia and Ukraine will have to do a lot more than just talks and negotiations. There's a lot of explaining as to why so many people have died when there could have been a way, a route through diplomacy. With video journalist Satya Rautre in Mariupol, Geeta Mohan for India Today. A lot of massive destruction. You can see Ukrainian trucks that were destroyed on the 16th of March, and the destruction continues. The buildings over here completely in a shambles, destroyed. The city is under siege, but this is a port city. It is a city that is crucial. It is one of the most important battles for Russia as well. Mariupol sits right between Crimea and Donetsk. If this is captured fully, this is one of the biggest wins for Putin. This will be one of the biggest wins for Putin if Mariupol is under Russian control. So we'll have to wait and see how this works out. For now, the stretch that we took, it seems like, has completely come under Russian control, but there still are forces on the Ukrainian side fighting to the finish to ensure that they regain control of this port city, which is absolutely critical and crucial given that it faces the Sea of Azov. With video journalist Satya Rautre in Mariupol, Geeta Mohan for India Today.
Now, Geeta, through a series of reports, has also been highlighting how Ukraine is also fighting back. In the port city of Mariupol, Ukrainian forces have also placed sea mines at strategic locations. Geeta tells you more.
These are naval mines, or what they call sea mines, that Ukrainian side has left in many parts of Mariupol. We try to ask as to why are sea mines here in Mariupol. There was no specific answer, but quite a few places you'd find these mines kept or placed. What the purpose is or what the Ukrainians were planning to do with them, still unknown. With video journalist Satya Rautre in Mariupol, Geeta Mohan for India Today.
And our next report talks about the kind of crisis that's playing out in Mariupol for those who are still stuck in the city. Geeta found that people were standing in long queues from 7 a.m. in the morning seeking food, essentials and relief material.
This is the biggest humanitarian crisis that the people of Mariupol are facing. A sea of humanity, sea of people over here outside the metro shopping center, which has now become an aid and humanitarian assistance center. Long queues of people waiting from 7 a.m. in the morning just to get basic food supplies. This entire area now is under Russian control, and that's why it's the Russian and the Donetsk agencies that are working over here to supply food and humanitarian aid to the people of Mariupol. Mariupol has a majority of population that are either Russian speaking or of Russian origin, and that's the reason why when we spoke to people over here, many women in tears, because they do not know where to go and how to go, where to find safety, is the reason why they're staying in their homes. They come here early in the morning to collect their assistance, their basic supplies, and then return home to feel a little safer than what we hear. We're hearing music, Russian national songs, but this is all amid bombardment, shelling and sounds of explosion. With video journalist Satya Rautre in Mariupol, Geeta Mohan for India Today.
Сообщить ей, если она увидит, что мы живы и здоровы в Мариуполе находимся сейчас. Они улетели.
Russian, Mariupol!
Что мы живы и здоровы. Я обращаюсь к своей дочери Важинской Оксане Викторовне. Пусть она слышит, что мы живы и здоровы в Мариуполе.
Они живы, они в Голландии. Это Европа, там
это
люди.
Все, что я хотела сказать, если вдруг она...
Западенцы с Западной Украины.
Да, перестань,
Зеленский создал войну, негодяй. Правильно? Нужно только миром решать любой вопрос. Любой. Не бывает стрелять друг в друга, правильно? Надо уважать людей. От маленького до старика. И делиться. Господь нас не...
Мы можем найти с дочкой, мы поможем вам найти дочь.
Что мы живы и здоровы.
Okay. They just want to find her daughter. She is now in Europe, in Holland. So she is a doctor of first aid. So they are very worried about their daughter. They want her to know that they are alive and they are okay now.
People, no connectivity, like I said. This lady over here is only asking and trying to send out a message to her daughter in Europe. Where in Europe? Where?
Yes. Мы не знаем, она уехала из Киева.
Она спортсменка, конник.
Месяц назад она...
А у нее муж?
Спасибо вам большое.
Спортсмен, кино снимается. Он крокодил. Женя, фамилия...
Снится.
Понимаете, говорю, такие люди, говорю, мы просто простые люди.
This is a set of parents who are desperate to reach out to their daughter somewhere in Europe. They do not know where, but they just want to say that they're alive, that for now they're safe, and that the daughters should know. Alexander over here has been doing the very same thing. He's been taking contacts and details because Mariupol does not really have connectivity. So he takes their photographs. You can see Alexander's taking photographs. Then he takes their numbers and he connects with family members outside of Mariupol.
головой. Разве можно такое терпеть? Я не оправдываю ни ту, ни другую сторону. Это воинские преступления. Ночью, нет голоса нет, ночью бомбить мирных людей. Это подлость. Самая настоящая. И ничем не оправдано. Продали страну без референдума. Мы виноваты. Нет. Я считаю, что это нужно отвечать. Не знаю. Я уже ни ООН, ни Гааги, никому не верю. Все продано.
Okay, she don't believe Gaga, don't believe OON. She claims that all of people could be in the safe place if it will be organized well. There's enough safe places for people here, but still they were at home in the night when shelling comes. So first time her house was burned, they stopped the fire, but in the second time it burned fully.
So as you can make out from those reports by Geeta Mohan, there's a full-fledged humanitarian crisis playing out as we speak in Mariupol. People don't have access to food and water. All basic supplies are running out. And while some families are trying hard right now to flee from Mariupol, thinking that the worst is yet to come, there are many others who've decided to stay put, saying we're going to fight off and fight the Russians to ensure they don't step foot in our city. As far as Russia is concerned, they're saying that those who want to leave can head towards Donetsk and towards Russia and then get to safer territory.
This is the city of Mariupol, where most parts of Mariupol are now under the control of Russian forces and forces of the Donetsk region. I'm being joined by Sergeant Yuri over here. Sir, if you could explain to us what really happened over here. This was under Ukrainian control. When did the Russian side take control?
Yeah, it's a Ukrainian military truck that was destroyed by our artillery 16 March at night. Ukrainian soldiers drop the Vinnytsia and go to the Azovstal.
Right. So how much of the Mariupol area is now under Russian control?
At 60-70% of Mariupol now at control of military of Donetsk People Republic and Russian forces.
Also, Sergeant, there are a lot of civilian population who are still here. Do they want to leave? I spoke to a few. They said they're scared. They don't want to leave. They don't know which place is safe, which is not.
It's a difficult situation because many of these people have their house, they people here, yeah. But now they can
leave? Can they leave?
Can leave this city to the Volodyarsk and next to Donetsk and Russia.
A city under siege. 2 days ago, President Zelensky admitted that there is no way to keep control of Mariupol. Today, Mariupol is maximum under Russian control. President Zelensky had wanted jets and tanks from the West, from NATO. But now, Russia put all its force to ensure that this critical city comes under their control. There were 4 lakh people when the entire operation from the Russian side began on the 24th of February, and now there are less than 1 lakh people. The state of affairs of people living, who continue to live in Mariupol, is absolutely in a very, very bad shape. Their life destroyed, and the city will take a long time to be rebuilt. With journalist Satya Rautre in Mariupol, Geeta Mohan for India Today.
Now, we've given you perhaps every aspect, every first-hand account from Mariupol. Geeta Mohan also visited what was once considered to be an affluent neighborhood in Mariupol. People and families there are left now with nothing. They've lost all of their belongings. She spoke to many of these families and what they're doing right now.
I have had 3 flats. Now
here in Mariupol?
In Mariupol.
Wow.
My flat, my mother's flat and my son's flat.
And now?
And now I have nothing.
All the 3 flats have been
yes.
blown up?
Yes. She fled, her fled.
All flats gone.
The flight. All flats flight.
Why are you still
This
here?
girl's invalid.
What?
She came to talk.
Okay.
They had a house, private house.
No.
But now
No house? God. Who do you...
I have nothing.
How do you have hopes that Mariupol will...
We live very good. We lived very good. We had everything we want.
Who do you blame for
We
this?
had flats.
Who do you blame? What's your name?
Irina.
Irina, who do you blame for this? Who do you think is responsible for what's happening today?
I want to live like I lived. I lived very, very good. I have poor. I have fled. I can't fly. I was in Dubai in January. I can't go to cosmetolog. Маникюр, педикюр, что еще сказать? What can I say you about it? I had everything I
You still have
want.
humor. She's saying she can't go for her manicure and pedicure. But
See, is it good?
I can't... I tell
Is
you.
it women's hands?
Oh, no color.
We can't take a shower more than 3 weeks.
No water. Oh, no washing clothes. Okay, lots of problems. Will you guys stay here or leave? Will you stay?
Where will stay here? Where stay here? This? We have nothing here. We can't stay here.
So you're leaving?
We must to live in because we haven't nothing.